A pleasant morning to each and every one of you. So today we're going to discuss one of the biomolecules that we need to study, which is all about lipids. So lipid came from a Greek word lipos, which means fat. So fat, oil, and lipids are usually used interchangeably when we talk about different biomolecules, no? Specifically when we talk about lipids. So lipids are organic biological molecule made up of elements carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. Again, this is organic in nature because it is made up of carbon and also known as hydrocarbon because it is made up of hydrogen and carbon. Unlike carbohydrates, they contain much less oxygen in proportion to hydrogen. So if you're going to go back to the basic component of sugar, glucose, its chemical formula is C6H12O6. When we talk about lipid, the number of oxygen for hydrocarbons and lipid is much less or is lesser compared to the glucose. So in our example later in our figure, I hope you were able to distinguish that oxygen in lipids is less compared to ratio of the glucose in carbon hydrogen oxygen ratio. Lipids are fatty, oily, or waxy organic compounds. They vary in structure, but all I are hydrophobic. So they cannot form bonds with water because they are hydrophobic in nature. If you're going to look at this one, these are the structure of the lipids or fats. Many lipids are built from simple skeleton made up of two main kind of molecule, namely the fatty acid. If we're going to look in our example, the fatty acid is the long chain of hydrocarbon that you can see in our picture. The C and H are the fatty acid. Okay? This hydrophobic tail this tail is hydrophobic, meaning they cannot form bond with water. Another component of lipid is what we known as carboxylic group, yung COOH, which is located at the top part or the head part. These are known to be hydrophilic in nature, meaning they can form bonds with water or they can be associated with water when it comes to bonding. In our example, there are three types of fats. We have the stearic acid, which is located at the letter A, linoleic acid, letter B, and linoleic acid omega-3 for figure number C. So if we're going to look at the difference of A, B, and C, this is something to do with the bond that is present on the hydrocarbons. Okay? In figure A, stearic acid, these are known to be as saturated fats. Why do we call it a saturated fats? Because it has single bond only. On the other hand, both linoleic acid, omega-6 and omega-3, have double bonds that is present to it. Hence, we call it unsaturated fats. Okay? So what is the difference of saturated and unsaturated fatty acid? Saturated fatty acid have only single bonds linking their tails or the hydrocarbons to it. No? They contain carbon and hydrogen to it. While unsaturated fatty acid have a presence of double bond to it, hence we call it hence we have a bend or kink to it. No, the double bond deviates or differentiate the geometrical aspect of the fatty acid. So kung nagkaroon ng double bond dyan, syempre magkakaroon din ng pagbabago sa geometry, sa angle of the carbon bond between two carbon rather. Okay? So, ang pinagkaiba ulit nila, saturated has one or single bond, unsaturated has double. Okay, so yun lang naman yung difference nila. There are different types of saturation also, no? When you talk about unsaturated, again, unsaturated means it has double bond. On the upper part, we have a saturated because there is there's no double bond that is present to it. On the other hand, the second or the middle one and the third one have a presence of double bond to it. So, unsaturated fatty acid can be categorized into two. We have the monounsaturated, meaning there is one presence of double bond, and polyunsaturated, meaning there are two double bond that is present, or two or more double bond that is present within the unsaturated fats, okay, or fatty acid. So these are different varieties of fats within our example of it, no? We have the saturated and unsaturated. So, example of saturated fats are as follows. We have, ano to, red meat, yogurt, cheese, and the likes, no? Sir Mark, why do we say that saturated fats are unhealthy fats and primarily it can be located in meat and dairy products? So, again, kapag saturated fats kasi class, in room temperature, they are solid. So what are the catch or logic of having a solid state in room temperature? So if we're going to look at a blood vessel, no, in the optimal temperature of our body, kapag tayo ay nag-ingest ng mga pagkain na may saturated fats like hotdog, processed meats, yogurt, and dairy, there are tendency, no, na kung saan they can behave solid in room temperature. So what is the tendency? Our blood vessel can also uh, have a cloggage or pwede magkaroon ng plaque of saturated fats within the blood vessel kasi nga they are solid in room temperature. So kung nasa room temperature ka, magiging solid yung face mo. So ganun yung tendency. And kapag nagkaroon ng plaque ng fatty acids within our blood vessel, magkakaroon ng damage or pwedeng magkaroon ng hindrance ito sa ating blood flow. And we do not want that to happen. Okay? So next one, we have unsaturated fats, which is known to be as healthier option. No? Bakit po siya healthier option? Example of saturated fats are as follows. We have salmon, egg, fish oil, vegetable oil, avocado, seed oil, and many more. No? Again, unsaturated fats like poly and monounsaturated both have double bond present to it. Why do we say that unsaturated fats is more healthier compared to saturated fats? It has something to do with the phases of the fats. Okay? So, just like what we have mentioned, unsaturated fats is mainly liquid at room temperature. O balik tayo sa example ng blood vessel. If these fats have a liquid phase in normal temperature or normal room temperature, what will happen? They will not clog our blood vessel because they will behave as a fluid or liquid within our blood vessel. So technically, this type of lipids can go with the flow of the blood vessel. So yun lang naman yung difference of SAT and unsaturated fatty acid. Okay? So again, healthier ang unsaturated compared kay saturated na unhealthy. So now let us talk about the 4 types of fats that we need to talk about. So for example, we have a cross-section of fat tissue within our body. As you can see, there are circles of yellow. We call it an adipose cell or adipocyte. So this serves as a storage or long-term storage for food and reserves or reservoir of food within our body. So yung mga fat cell natin sa katawan, they are essential also for cushioning. So for example, there are forces that is exerted to our organs, nagiging cushion siya, no, para hindi agad madamage yung organ. Second, for insulation of heat. So yung optimal temperature should be remain or retain within our body. So dapat ay makip siya sa katawan. So with the help of the adipocyte or adipose cell, all of this heat are retained, no? Kapag sobrang lamig na, sobrang init naman, syempre kailangan i-dissipate within the environment. So this adipocyte or adipose cell are composed of fat droplets, no? And these are known as fat molecules. We call it triglyceride. Triglyceride are made up of 2 molecules, namely the glycerol, which is a 3-carbon polyalcohol or gawa po siya sa tatlong OH. Pag nakita kayo ng OH, this can be called as hydroxyl or alcohol. No? Gawa po siya sa glycerol and fatty acid, no, attached to the glycerol. So how does that happen? If we're going to look at the glycerol and fatty acid, the OH in the fatty acids or the hydroxyl group and the H in the glycerol bond together, and in a process called dehydration synthesis, water is released, hence we call it dehydration, and there is a bond that is formed in the oxygen and the carbon on the fatty acid and the glycerol. So question, how many number of H2O or water is produced when triglyceride are formed. So there are technically 3 water molecule that is produced in the production of triglyceride. No, tatlo po yun. What happens to the water that is produced in the triglyceride? There are varieties of option. Number 1, water can be released within the system if our body contains lots of water. Some water can be released within our system in a form called sweat. Pwede rin naman sa urination. Another is water can be used by our body to the different metabolic processes, no? Kapag magde-dehydration na, pag mag-hydrolysis pala rather, so pwedeng gamitin yung water na yun. The 3 fatty acid of triglyceride needs not to be identical, and often they are different from one another. So if you're going to look at a triglycerol or triglyceride in here, yun sila pare-pares ng length, no? So magkakaiba sila ng number ng carbon, no? The hydrocarbons carbon chain of fatty acid vary in length. The most common are even numbered chain of 10 to 20 carbons. The many CH bond of fat serves as form of long-term energy storage. So the C and the H are the one that is responsible for the fat reserves that we have in our body. So we have here triglyceride. Again, triglyceride is made up of glycerol and 3 fatty acids. Next one, we have the phospholipid, which is located in the cell membrane. So our cell membrane is created or formed with the help of the phospholipid. We have the polar head and the nonpolar tail. And the phospholipid constituent are as follows. Number 1, we have the phosphate group, yung phosphorus dyan. We also have the glycerol, which are the site wherein the fatty acid are attached. And last one, syempre, we have 2 fatty acid. So balikan natin, phospholipid are made up of 2 fatty acid, while triglyceride are made up of 3 fatty acid. Going back to phospholipid, the 2 fatty acid that is connected to the glycerol are made up of 2 types of lipids, namely the saturated one and the unsaturated one. If we're going to go back again, the upper part of the phospholipid is saturated because there is no kink or bend to it. On the other hand, the bottom part has a double bond to it, hence we can associate it to kinking or bending of the hydrocarbons. The very reason why we do have 2 types of fatty acid, the saturated and unsaturated, is because of the ability of the phospholipid or the cell membrane to have semi-permeability activity. No? It behaves like fluid. So therefore, if we do have this kind of 2 fatty acid, molecule can penetrate within the cell membrane. Imagine nyo class, if we have all saturated fatty acid located within the phospholipid, what do you think will happen? It is so organized to the point that no molecule can enter or penetrate fully, no, without entering the protein channel. So ganun po siya nangyari. This phospholipid bilayer is a key component used to keep cell separate from biological compartment within the cell and outside of the cell. So we have phospholipid. Next one, we have the steroids. Steroids molecule have a skeleton of 4 fused carbon rings. Tandaan, pag steroids, 4 fused carbon rings. So, meron tayong carbon ring na pinagsama-sama. So, we have 4 na carbon rings. Cholesterol is an essential component of an animal cell plasma membrane where it provides a physical stability. Cholesterol is the precursor or the beginning when it comes to production of sex hormones. So, technically, our sex hormones like estrogen, testosterone, and progesterone is produced with the help of the cholesterol. Okay? Cholesterol in the body is obtained from meats, milk, egg, and are synthesized in our liver. So if you're going to look at the structure of the testosterone, progesterone, estradiol, and norethindrone, which are hormones, no? All of them have a 4 fused carbon ring. Hence, we can associate this to cholesterol. Again, we have mentioned earlier that cholesterol are the precursor of these different organs. So without cholesterol, we cannot form these hormones. So we have to realize, class, that not all cholesterol are bad in our body. No, there are different types of cholesterol, namely the LDL or low density lipoprotein, and the high-density lipoprotein. The LDL or low-density lipoprotein are the one that is responsible in producing a plaque within the blood vessel. So, technically, ito yung bad cholesterol, the LDL. And the HDL or high density lipoprotein are the one that is responsible in maintaining the lipid level within our body. Okay? Diet rich in saturated fats and cholesterol or LDL, to be specific, may contribute to cardiovascular disease by promoting atherosclerosis. So atherosclerosis is a plaque formation within the blood vessel, and we have mentioned earlier, when there's a plaque within the blood vessel, there can be a constriction of blood flow, and that can be associated to diseases, no? That can affect different parts of our body. Since all part of our body contains blood vessel, talaga maapektuhan yung buong katawan natin. So we are done with the steroids. Last one, we have waxes. Waxes have a long chain fatty acid that are connected to carbon and other functional groups like ketone and alcohol. Okay? Yung ketone class, yung double bond O na nakikita sa taas. Solid at normal temperature because they have a high melting point. Being hydrophobic, they are also waterproof and resistant to degradation. In many plants, animals, we use waxes for number one function for protection. In our example, we have plants. Some plants or most plants contain waxes in their exterior part. Number one, for protection, no? For other pathogen to enter easily. And second is for prevention of excessive water loss. So what happened? No? When plant cell is in the hot temperature for how many hours? No? Siguro 12 hours a day. Siyempre, the tendency are water will evaporate. No? And as a mechanism, plants have their own waxes or fat in their outermost part para hindi lumabas lahat ng tubig outside at ma-dehydrate yung plant. Okay? So meron diyang waxy covering that used to prevent excessive water loss. Another, for humans, we have ceruminous gland that produces cerumen. Cerumen in layman's term is also known as earwax. So earwax function is for protection again. So imagine kung wala tayong earwax, foreign substance and insects can easily penetrate our middle part of the ear. And that is very dangerous because in the middle part you can see that is the location wherein eardrum is located. So kung madadamage ang eardrum, magkakaroon ka ng difficulty in perceiving different vibration and sounds. So napakahalaga ng ating cerumen sa ating katawan. But again, reminder that you also have to clean, no? Cerumen, do not use earbuds, no? Or wag kayong gumamit ng palinis na bilog. Yung tip dapat merong pangkaykay para hindi siya pumasok pa loob. Okay? Next one, you also have beeswax. Beeswax function naman para sa beehive, no, for bee, is for protection also, no, para hindi naman kapag umulan, no, water will be retained within the beehive. Second is for protection again, no, of those larvae that is impregnated within the cell of the beehive. So, syempre, merong structure yan dyan na hexagonal. Doon din-deposit yung larvae and also yung honey. So, dapat protected yan for the beehive. So, that marks the discussion in lipids. In general or in summary, there are 4 types of lipid that we have discussed. Number 1 is the triglyceride, which is made up of 3 fatty acid and glycerol. Second, we have phospholipid, which is made up of phosphate, glycerol, and 2 fatty acid. Next one, we have steroids, which is known as the 4-fuse ring. Cholesterol is the precursor of the hormones or sex hormones that we know of. And lastly, we have waxes, which is primary function is for protection and prevention of excessive water loss. General summary for the lipids, it serves as a long-term storage for energy, used for making biological membrane like phospholipid for insulation of heat because the fats. For protection, example, prevention of leaf of plants from drying up. Cell buoyant, since cell outermost part is made up of phospholipid, therefore the cell can remain afloat within the aqueous environment. Hence, we have cell buoyancy. Acts as hormones, cholesterol is a precursor of the hormones, and cholesterol are lipid-based. Therefore, we have the role of lipid. So this marks our discussion or ends of the discussion of the lipid. I hope you learned something from today's discussion.